Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Untethered. It's a Thursday morning, but I'm excited for Thursday because before I get to work today, I've already got a turkey on the smoker. We've been holding that thing in the freezer for quite some time. We bought it on a deal, and today's the day we're gonna go ahead and knock it out and cook it. So it's been on the smoker for about an hour now. I just walked outside to check it. We're gonna have us some good food because last night we had pizza and we went a little bit overboard. So we're gonna have some nice clean eating this afternoon. Oh yeah, she's coming along quite nicely. It's cooking pretty quick, but it's a small bird. We're at 97 degrees. We're trying to get to 160 internal before we let it go into a 20-minute rest break before we dive into it. So hopefully this thing will be done right around lunchtime because when the smoker's on, I stay hungry until it's done.
Something you may not know is that the first 2 weeks in March, and here we are March 1st?
March 1st.
The first 2 weeks in March are National Procrastination Weeks.
It's funny they give you 2 weeks for that.
Or whenever you get around to it, I think is what it says. Now, we're going to take this opportunity to take care of some things that we have been procrastinating and get them taken care of. Now, we may slow roll it a little bit, but we're going to get them done. It's happening. In fact, today, we've already been successful. Yesterday, Cody cooked that big bird that was in the freezer that needed to go. I got our closet cleaned out and organized, but in doing that, I found some parts and pieces that were in boxes that we haven't done anything with. So we're going to take care of those too. And today we got the air conditioner vents cleaned up since it's nice and rainy and cool.
And we've actually been using the air conditioner, so it needed to be done. And
here we are today. It's the day before travel day. Rain has been here all day long and possibly tomorrow. So we're going to take care of as much as we can tonight. And as we always should, fill up the tank.
Yeah, normally this is where I would be out doing all my stuff. I had a little break in the rain today to do some tank flushing, but that's about all I've been able to do. Everything else is sitting outside soaking wet. I'm losing faith that I'm gonna have time for it to dry. Speaking of procrastination week or 2 weeks, I wanna address the elephant in the room, and that is these little microphones. Our audio being inconsistent, especially in the truck, especially in the house, or catching a lot of background noise. So we know it's an issue and we've been putting it off for like 2 years. We've done a little testing so far and we're still kind of figuring them out, but
testing, 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 testing,
testing, testing without moving.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.
Let Lily lick Lionel's lusty leathers. So you're probably getting bored. You'll burn a gallon an hour on one of those.
Testing, 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 testing. A 1 and a 2 and a 3.
We wanted to invest back in the channel a little bit.
And the media mounts on our GoPros that we love so very much.
They just keep dying.
We keep breaking them or something, and we're just not going to buy another one.
So I think this is going to be a major upgrade. We're excited. You guys are kind enough to spend time out of your week watching our videos and giving us feedback, and we appreciate it. So we want to continue to make the channel better and better as time goes on and as cost and budget allows. All right, I got a little bit of a break in the rain. Got a little bit of work done. I kind of got it broken down to where all I have to do tomorrow is unhook one sewer hose that's draining my sink, my power cord, and Starlink. And I do Starlink tonight, but as you can see, this site is so small, I don't have enough room to get my ladder out and get the Starlink down, which is up on top of the roof. So tomorrow I'll pull the truck out in the street, get the Starlink down, same way I put it up. But for now, they got a cool little game room right down here. I think me and Andrew are gonna go shoot a little pool and probably call it a night from there. And we'll see you guys first thing in the morning when we pack up for travel day.
travel day.
Travel day.
I kind of feel like a reporter with these speakers on. Today's forecast, pink gray. No, gray.
You know, you always have that job that you always wanted to do, but you never did. I always wanted to be a weatherman when I was a kid, and I still fancy myself about a half a weatherman. It's 60 degrees. Where we're going, it's going to be about 67 when we get there. There's no rain in the forecast. It is kind of cloudy. No wind. We're probably sitting at about 80% humidity.
You got the hand gestures down.
Based on the way I feel, the green screen behind me.
The way I feel.
And over here in Minneapolis, it's snowing. Okay, let's get on the road.
This is a nice campground. They had not a whole lot going on, I guess, but it was quiet and the people were friendly. The staff was incredible. I liked this place. Getting in, like backing in, was the toughest. These are really tight sides.
And I think you can spend up and get a pull through. We just didn't do it because we're cheap.
But pull through was like $20 more a day. So
which is crazy.
It was like $58 a night. That's tax and weekly discounts and everything. So I didn't think it was very bad for being right here, like a coastal place at all.
Definitely better than where we stayed last time.
But I definitely didn't want to pay $20 more a night. Alright, I have you some caffeine in here if you want. A banana. What are you doing, little miss? I made myself a salad. Forgot a fork. So that's going to be a problem. You know, an underrated item for travel day? Nobody's talking about it. Floss. I've got some salad in my teeth that's been driving me crazy for like 70 miles. And I didn't pack any flossers. I don't know who's more amazing, me for putting it in there or you for remembering. Forgot I did that. Woohoo!
Sweet home Alabama. It's good to be back. We haven't been here in about a year. We're going to head up to Cullman, Alabama, and we're actually going to stay 2 weeks, which means we get to get all of our stuff out, which is going to take a little time, but we like where we can actually stay for 2 weeks and enjoy the area a little bit more fully. But we do love Alabama. The weather's beautiful. The gray skies we had this morning are gone, and it looks like it's shaping up to be a really nice afternoon when we get there. We're just a few minutes out. We're going to pull over. I'm going to finish out this last leg of the trip, and we'll see you guys at camp.
Well, my fridge is dinging, which means it's popped open. This is how you get to it. So before I pull this slide out, I opened this one so I could get back here. That's not a good sound. So I'm gonna try to reach underneath and look and just make sure there's nothing that has fallen out and crammed up behind this slide before I try to push it out and do damage. I don't need your help. First problem, I got it, but now the door is jacked open, which will rip the door off if I pull this out. Ooh. Well, that was easy. Should be good. Perfect. I keep seeing all the stuff on the forums about all the things that people do to protect their little glass plate in here. Out of the 2 different rigs that we've had, that we've actually moved. I've never, ever done anything with this. Ever. This is what I do. When I need the microwave, I fix this and I roll with it. So I'm a little dug in. At this point, I'm probably not going to change, but I am curious. Are you guys actually having problems with something shattering in here that makes you stuff it full of stuff? I'm just curious. I guess I never really thought much of it as a problem because it's never been a problem. Let me know.
Obviously, another thing that I've been procrastinating on for some time is finishing up this train horn project. My goal today is just to get the horns mounted under the bed. I grabbed another piece of sheet metal from Lowe's, kind of like what I did with filling in the hole of the battery box. Just going to drill a few mounting holes, use it to mount underneath the bed of the truck, get the mechanical stuff done today. Then I'll tackle the wiring, which is the part that I really dread. They'd like for you to use butt connectors, which is kind of what they sent me for this project. I don't like butt connectors. I like the old school solder and heat shrink, so that's what we're gonna do here. The trick to solder and heat shrink, if you've never done it, is to make sure to put the heat shrink on the wire before you do the solder, because there's no way to do it afterward.
And you know this by experience?
I know this by experience, yes. Now I don't have a soldering iron or a soldering gun anymore because it failed on me. So a little gas torch works just as well, though it might not be OSHA compliant. I am not a professional. This is not a how-to. This is Cody trying to make it work. Because I know how much you guys want to hear this air horn blow as much as I do. Nice, safe, clean connection. So just to show that I'm truly not a professional and that you really shouldn't listen to me when working on your truck, I'm going to show you the template I made, because the bed channel that I'm going to mount this to, the bed frame rail, is about this wide. The train horns are about that wide. So I had to make something for the train horns to mount to. These screw holes are not straight, they're not pretty. A couple of them aren't even the right size because I had a bunch of broken drill bits that I need to replace. So here it is. We're going to secure it to the bed rail here with these 10 screws, self-tapping screws. Our train horns will bolt through here, and that's going to let the horns hang upside down over the axle facing to the rear of the truck. That was a little tricky, more in the way of just not having really room to tighten down the bolts and stuff like that, but the air horn is installed, the compressor is installed. Now I just have to figure out this wiring schematic and how to make it work with my auxiliary switches, and we'll be loud and proud going down the highway. But that's another project for another day, because it's procrastination week, and I'm gonna procrastinate it because it's Sunday at 4:30 in the afternoon, and I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my night. All right, next up on the procrastination list is Angela's inoperative heated seat. We've been holding on to this seat heater pad for like 3 months. Lippert was nice enough to send us one under warranty. So I'm gonna go knock that out real quick. Then I'm gonna change clothes and get right back into this train horn project. So I had to run to Lowe's to get a few extra things that the Horn Blasters kit didn't come with, mainly because of how far I have to go from where the horns are and where the compressor is up to the front of the truck to wire everything in. Not their fault, just my application. It is what it is. But the one thing I couldn't find was the plastic wire loom that all the wires go in. So we're just gonna make a quick harness ourselves using a power drill, wrap it all up in tape real nice, and get this thing installed. Procrastination attempt 3 or 4 or 10. You guys ever do one of these projects that you think is really cool and it just turns out to be a pain in the neck? That's what this has turned into. We have the compressor running off the aux switch, which is awesome. That's what I wanted to do. It's wired up, the relay's done. This is the first try. I'm a little nervous something's gonna go boom, but we got fuses in place. So in theory, if I hit aux number 3, the compressor should kick on. That's a sweet sound. Compressor's on. Now we just got to run air lines and wire the horn itself. I was going to wire up the air line from the compressor to the tank, and they either left out a compression fitting or I lost a compression fitting. The compression fitting for the horns is actually on there, so I'm going to go ahead and run my air hose up from the horns to the compressor, leave it laying in the bed until I can find a fitting to make it work. And hopefully we're a brass fitting away from being done with this. But I'm running out of daylight and I gotta rush. We'll follow up on this in a little while.
I'm on a mission this morning. We are down to the wire on this train horn, meaning this video has to air Saturday, which is in 2 days, which means we have to finish it, edit it, upload it, which is half the day, and we're down to a brass fitting. So I'm gonna find the guy or girl that looks like they know what they're doing the most. Oh, gotta make sure I actually brought it with me. Bye, sweet donkeys. Bye, buddies. What's the name of what I'm getting? I already forgot. And just rest 2-minute lows for a very long time. That was an utter failure. So I'm gonna go try AutoZone. Okay, AutoZone, here we come. I have to say, I just backed into the spot. It was so smooth and perfect. I'm so proud. I can barely park straight forward. This was beautiful. I wish I had it on film. I just needed that on record. I was encouraged because this guy's light in his eyes didn't go out as soon as I asked the question. He actually knew what I was looking for, but they don't have it. He pointed me in the direction of 3 more places I can try, so here I go. All right, Stewart's, I believe in you. My backing job on this one wasn't so great. I kind of bumped the curb. But I've started something. All right, Stewart's, let's do it. All right, I think I did it. I didn't do anything. Dave from Stewart's, I explained to him what I needed and he just buzzed over to the tray, found exactly what it was. Like 20 seconds, he had me fixed up, few bucks, and we're on the way. I'm excited, I got this done. I had to run one more errand here at the gas station for Cody and grab something, and the lady encouraged me to get myself a treat, so I appreciate her. She was so sweet, and I got me a treat because I earned this. This is not a good story, and a story that Cody's probably going to make me cut out, but I used to work for this guy. And you have to keep in mind, this guy's not a nice guy. Like, we're talking like sociopath, not a good person. He told us a story one time that he used to give his wife little tasks to do through the day to make her feel valuable, like cleaning up the brush and raking leaves and things like that, because she really enjoyed it when he gave her tasks. So I know you ladies out there will appreciate that. I'm not slamming guys. I appreciate everything Cody does, but that story made us both infuriated and laugh because it's so ridiculous. So now the joke between us all the time is, oh, look, I feel valued. Which I kind of do, because he has been busy and working so hard, and I was trying to save him some time. So it was a little frustrating and discouraging at first, but we figured it out. I'm excited, and I'm happy I could save him a little time.
All right, it is a new day, and you guys have probably heard all about the drama from this morning from Angela by now. I think she went to everywhere in Cullman, Alabama to get this fitting. Will today be the day that the air horn finally blows? The way that works is it's got a little brass collar in there that slides over the air line onto the fitting, and then this all tightens down. So first things first, I got to find some Teflon tape to put on here to stop the leaks, put this all together, and I hope I can show you guys train horns here in just a little bit.
So I was looking at our Amazon history to look up this air horn to get some information, and you wouldn't believe what popped up from 2014.
There's no telling.
Shoehorn, a giant shoehorn, a giant one. And I'm trying to remember why or when we would have ever bought a shoehorn.
I don't know that I've ever owned a shoehorn.
That sounds like something you would talk me into getting.
I mean, maybe like on a... Are you sure we didn't like order that for your mom or somebody else in the family?
I don't know. I don't know where it's at.
Yeah, we definitely don't have it now.
I hope wherever it's at, it has a good home.
You know, sometimes you just have one of those kind of frustrating days at work where the best thing to do is to get out at lunch and just go for a little drive.
Yeah.
It works. It works.
When did you do that?
I snuck out at the start of my lunch hour and put on that compression fitting that you so kindly went and picked up for me. And here we are.
And that's all? That's all you had to do?
That's it. Do that. I told you that's all we needed was that, and we're done. So we procrastinated that project a long time. I think I've jumped in and out of it.
That hurt my heart.
I think I've jumped in and out of this project 3 or 4 times. And now I thought we were going to have it all done last night, but we were missing that fitting. I'm just glad it's done. So thank you guys for hanging in there with us on the train horns. I've been noticing you in the comments. I know you guys have been dying to see it and hear it. So now get used to it, because you're probably just going to hear it more and more.
Kenan and Evelyn, I know you're 3 hours south of us. Did you hear it?
And big shout out to the hardware store that finally knew what we were talking about and made this happen. What was their name again?
Dave Stewart's.
David Stewart's, you saved the day. You helped us finish up this video whether you knew it or not. That's going to do it for us on this one. Until next time,
don't stop procrastinating. I think the key is for me to remember that I also have a mic on.
That'd be a good thing to remember.
Oop. Oh, you dirty dog. You better stand up.
I think I'm in your truck now.
You are. Hey, Kevin.
Hi! That's so funny!
You're messing up my video, man.
Hi, video people!
Go away. Go away. Seriously, train.
It works.